I'm supporting Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton.
Donald Trump.
I'm having to go with Trump.
I'm undecided as of right now.
I'm going to vote for Hillary, but I don't really mind if he wins.
I'm going to go with Hillary Clinton. I just don't trust Donald Trump. I don't think he's got the temperament to be a commander-in-chief.
I believe what Trump represents is not American.
I hope that Hillary Clinton can win because as you can see here, she is offering $15 minimum wage.
I have no doubt that Trump's going to get in one way or the other with everything that's going on with Clinton, all these things and these Wikileaks and a whole lot of stuff that was hidden. And so she needs to go. They all need to go. Obama need to go. Every last one of them need to go.
Clinton's anti-American. She's against guns. She wants open borders.
I think that Hillary Clinton can cover all these issues and make America a happy and better place.
She's basically going to extend Obama's legacy, and I don't think that was a very good legacy.
The issues that are most important to me, my religious freedom.
The economy.
Jobs are important.
Security, economy, and health, jobs.
The war on ISIS.
Standing up and for the Constitution of America as it was written.
Equal rights. Black Lives Matter.
United States, divided we stand. No, united we are. Divided we stand and united we fall. That's the way it should be.
All right, there are two things that are the most remarkable thing about that series of sound bites. First of all, they all were on the streets of New York City, which is in and of itself pretty remarkable. Being such a balanced package and split between Hillary and Donald. And second, if that dude doesn't know who he's voting for by now, Lord help the man waiting behind him in the voting booth, because he's going to be in there forever trying to make his mind up. Welcome back to America Talks Live. Producer Tal is one responsible for that. She went out and asked New Yorkers who they were supporting in this presidential election. We're going to take up some of the topics they raised as our special Election Day coverage continues here on Newsmax TV. I'm Bill Tucker. Thank you for being here with us. Joining me now on the second panel of the morning, Wayne Allen Root. He's a former Libertarian vice presidential nominee, best-selling author, syndicated columnist, Trump supporter, and author of Angry White Male, How the Donald Trump Phenomenon is Changing America and What We Can Do to Save the Middle Class. Ellis Hinnikin joins us. He is a columnist for Newsday. He is a radio and TV commentator, a frequent guest here on Newsmax. And Jack Berkman, radio host of Behind the Curtain with Jack Berkman and president of Berkman Associates, LLC. Welcome, one and all. We have a series of sound bites there with a lot of support from Donald Trump from the streets of New York City. I'm sure it was cut to be balanced. But Ellis, I got to ask you, you live in New York. Were you surprised that there were that many apparently passionate Trump supporters on the streets of New York?
You don't have a producer, you have a private detective finding those people out there. Yes, I think you're right, Bill. I think it was cut to be balanced. I do not expect that New York is going to become an instant swing state tonight. But hey, it's been a weird year, so I suppose anything is possible.
Jack, what do you think?
Oh, I think Trump may be strong. Trump actually on the serious side, Bill, I think he will be a lot stronger in New York than people think because he has a presence there. That's the same reason I think he'll win Florida. I think Trump has one path to 270, and I'm going to make you a prediction right now. He gets there barely. Colorado's the key state. I think he takes Ohio and Florida. He's got Iowa. Nevada and Colorado are what he needs. He'll get Nevada. And Colorado, I'll make you a prediction, it could be the Florida of 2016.
Well, that's certainly going to be a very, very interesting path to go. It is a weird election season, and it's been certainly strange. And I am sure that the woman at the end of the series of sound bites that we just saw would not be at all upset if I said, out of many, we are one, which I think is what she was trying to get at. This has got to be a united country, and that's what I want to spend a little bit of time here talking about. It's been a really, really bitter, divisive campaign. There's been a lot of nasty rhetoric. I have been shocked. I don't mind being called names. I've been around for a while. But I just can't believe that people are losing friends over this in the election cycle. Jack, do you think come tomorrow we're going to be able to move this thing forward?
I look at all the name calling. I think that all bodes well for the democracy. I like a good, hard-fought election. You know what it signals to me? It signals that more and more Americans are voting, more and more Americans are interested in politics. I think it's healthy as heck for the democracy. You know, you go back, I was looking back, people were talking about the election of 1884 with Grover Cleveland and Harrison. My God, that's 10 times worse than this. If you look at Adams and Jefferson, I mean, that's probably 20 times worse than this. This is nothing compared to some of the things we've seen in the last couple of centuries.
Well, let's ask the angry white guy out in Vegas. Wayne, what do you think is going on here? Do you think we're all going to sort of move forward and admit finally that we've got one country that we all have a stake in making sure progresses into the future?
You know, I don't buy into all this happy talk. I have no idea what you're talking about. I own businesses. Someone's got to take care of me. You know, if you worry about all the poor people in the world and you leave me out, then there are no jobs for anybody else. And the last 8 years have been the most divisive 8 years in the history of America. It's been anti-white. It's been anti-middle class. It's been anti-small business owner, 30 million small business owners that create the entire economy of America. And I won't survive a third term of Obama. So I'm not worried about divisiveness. I'm fighting for my life. And you know what? Poor people aren't fighting for their life. They'll get their welfare checks no matter who's elected.
Wayne, all of that is true. I agree with you. Just one quick point. I agree with everything Wayne said. All of that is 100% true.
I certainly don't.
However, I think the democracy is healthy.
You people are crazy if you agree with all of that. My God.
Yeah, Ellis, go ahead. We have two guys weigh in here.
Let me be the healer here. My God. I mean, first of all, we have a government, and again, this is not even an ideological point. I mean, you can look at it from left or right, but we have a government that can't do anything. Can't get any. We've got these big problems. We all pretty much agree what the problems are. We have a government that can't even take a step forward to solving any of them. We've got the worst rhetoric we've had in most of our lifetimes. I mean, maybe, guys, you can go back to Grover Cleveland or something. That's a little before my time. But, I mean, you can't say that we're heading in a direction of actually solving any of these problems. And Wayne, with that kind of talk, my God, I don't think we're ever going to get there.
You know, it's talk versus action, and the action of this administration. Obamacare has bankrupted me and every middle-class person in this country.
Wayne, that's ridiculous.
And you know what? I'll be divisive. We don't want talk anymore. We want to go to Washington and rip it up and turn it upside down, fire a lot of people and throw a lot of people in prison. This is Brexit, and this is a jailbreak, baby. And the middle-class people of America are coming to get you. Mark my words. If you're in Washington right now, I'd be very, very nervous.
I'm going to give you a hug, Wayne. I'll give you a big hug. You'll feel better tomorrow. I promise.
You know, Ellis, I do have to say, Jack does have a point in the sense that there's a lot of anger out there. There are a lot of people who are very frustrated with Washington, and the issue of Obamacare is not just a small business issue. It is a small people issue as well, Ellis. Is there a way that you see as the healer in the group here that we can kind of come together and move this thing forward in a good way?
Yeah, let's agree on a couple of premises, right? That it's a good thing that 20 million more people have health insurance. We're a nation, an advanced nation, though still the richest in the world. We ought to be able to provide health care to our people. And let's reason. The cost is too high. Let's reason together how we're going to get those costs low. I agree it's too high. I mean, my wife and I pay $17.50 a month for insurance. That's too much. And we're basically healthy. So let's figure out, is it going to be Medicare for all? Is it going to be a single payer system? Are the insurance companies just going to give it to us for free? I'm not holding my breath on that one. But let's set some basic, reasonable, humane goals, and then let's try in a functional government to try and solve some of those problems. We're smart people. We're decent people. We can do that.
See,
you've got to understand, Ellis. Think about health care in this way. Here's the way I want you to think about health care. Obama, here's what the president said 6 years ago. He said, 85% of the society has to sacrifice for the bottom 15%. Then you try to give this benefit to the bottom 15%, and they don't even want it. I mean, Karl Marx wouldn't be on board for this kind of public policy.
Well, 20 million more people have it now than did before. I think most of them like being able to go to the doctor, don't you think?
See, this is where the distortions come in. 20 million people now have insurance with a $5,000 to $10,000 deductible that they can never use. Poor people cannot use their Obamacare, and the rest of us have been raped and pillaged, and we're going bankrupt. You've destroyed small business. And your options, Ellis, that you mentioned so nicely and calmly, I'm sure, with a big Mr. Rogers smile, we might go to the single payer. We might go to Medicaid. Just use the word communism and be honest for once.
Yeah, actually, I sort of Mr. Rogers. It's funny. I've been compared to a lot of people. That's a first one. But I may try a sweater as the weather gets a little cooler in New York.
It's all communism, boys, and that's what they're
all right. That's going to help us get forward.
Yeah, well, look, here's the bottom line. The issue of a public option has been around for a long time. Richard Nixon tried to present it to Congress, and Ted Kennedy killed it. We've been debating, arguing, and yelling about this for a long time, and we haven't been able to move anywhere. So it's going to be interesting to see if, in fact, when this thing gets solved, we can all come together and at least agree on some steps and ways that we can progress and fix the problem that we all agree with, which is that health care right now is way the hell too expensive, and it's not doing what it's supposed to do in terms of providing high-quality health care. Wayne, thank you for being here. Ellis and Jack, stay where you are. We're going to shift gears to the economy next. Economist Peter Morici is going to join us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.